Criminal Justice is not responsible for your PC and or game files. Always mod at your own risk. I also recommend backing up your game files before following this tutorial. Thank you and enjoy the show. What's going on, guys? Criminal Justice here, and today we are back with another GTA 5 modding tutorial. Today I'm going to be showing you how to install add-on Peds. Now there's going to be a few requirements we're going to have to install the add-on Peds. And today I'm going to be showing you how to install the Super Mario Plumber Pack, okay? And now we're not going to install all the Peds. We will install maybe a couple, but I'll show you how it's all done. The first thing that we are going to need, if you guys have been following my tutorials, and if you've not watched my first one, my starting kit, which is how to get started, I recommend going and watching that, as I will link it here in the video, showing you how to get started and all the requirements that you need to run these mods, okay? Because we will not be installing those mods today. But however, let's go ahead and get into this, guys. Click the first link in the description below. It's going to bring you to this page. This is for OpenIV. You're going to need this to mod your GTA 5 to the fullest extent, and this is, you're going to have this for add-on Peds as well, okay? So what you want to do is click download now right here, and it's now going to start downloading OpenIV. Alright, and just put this somewhere where you know how to get to it, guys. I recommend putting it on your desktop. Moving on, the very next one is going to be a heap limit adjuster. Now we're going to need a heap adjuster, a pack file limit adjuster, and a Gameconfig, as these files do get pretty good size. They're pretty good size files, so we need these to keep our game from crashing, okay? So heap adjuster, you want to go ahead and click download the file here. Again, put these somewhere where you know how to get to them. Next up is going to be our pack file limit adjuster. Go ahead and download the file right here. Alright. And next up is going to be our Gameconfig. Probably one of the most important mods that we have to keep our game from crashing, okay? And this is for the current version of GTA 5, which is 2545. Alright, so go ahead and download the file here. Next up is going to be add-on Peds. Now, keep in mind, add-on Peds is a bit outdated, okay? It's a bit outdated, but they still work. I've tested them. There are certain things that, well, I'll just show you in the game. Alright, so go ahead and click download right here. And then last but not least is going to be our Super Mario Plumbers add-on Ped pack. Now this comes with all the current characters you see here. It comes with Mario, Luigi, Baby Luigi, Wario, and Waluigi right there, okay? So just what you want to do, let me bookmark this. Go ahead and click download the file here. And once you've got everything downloaded, guys, let's jump to the desktop. And we're going to need to locate our main game directory, okay? So let's do that by going to our File Explorer, scrolling down and clicking on this PC, and you want to select the hard drive in which you installed your GTA 5 on, okay? Now, I'm doing this on the Epic's game version of GTA 5, okay? However, Steam users, you can follow right along in that first video. Go back to that first video that I linked, and it will show you how to follow along with your main directory. Everything we're doing goes into the main directory, okay? So, Epic users, go ahead and select your drive, and then you want to select Epic Games or Rockstar Games, whichever one it is, and then you want the one that says GTA 5, all right? Now, if you've been following my tutorials, you've probably already got some mods installed. If you don't, then you need to go back and watch that first video I linked. That shows you all the main requirements that you're going to have for these mods, okay? Now, with that being said, once you've got this, go back to this page right here and highlight your GTA 5. Send to desktop create shortcut, okay? And then close out of this, and you will now have a shortcut to your GTA 5 main directory on your desktop. If you double click that, it will pull up your main directory, all right? Close out of that and grab your main directory shortcut, pull it down to your File Explorer, and pin it in just like that. You will now have a shortcut in here that says either GTA 5 or GTA 5 shortcut, okay? Now, with the one on your desktop, this little shortcut here for GTA 5, you can throw that into your recycle bin. All right, now the way we access that through our File Explorer, you're going to go to your File Explorer, right-click, and then click on your GTA 5. Same for Steam users, do the same thing, okay? All right, now that we got our main directory out, we want to just, let's see, yeah, we want to minimize this, okay? So we're going to minimize this. Actually, let's close out our main directory because we have to set up OpenIV, okay? So, on your desktop, you should have an OVI setup that looks just like the one I'm highlighting right here, okay? What you want to do is you want to double-click that, all right? You are now going to select your language, which is going to be that right there. And this is going to set up. Again, select your language, click continue. Go ahead and accept the terms of the agreement, and then click continue. Now, right here is very important. You cannot change the installation path in which you install your OpenIV. That path cannot be changed. Right here it says installation path cannot be changed, okay? Now, what you want to do is run OpenIV after installation. That needs to be unchecked. But you do want a desktop icon, so make sure the create desktop icon is checked. Once you've got that, click continue and click yes. All right, let me unpin mine from the taskbar here because I'm going to show you guys how to do this step by step. I hope you guys are enjoying these tutorials, man. Let me go to my Steam here real quick, guys, and get out of this. Get my notifications off. I don't like my notifications popping up. All right, one sec. All right, there we go. Now, once you get to this page, guys, go ahead and click close. Now, you will notice now that you have an OpenIV shortcut on your desktop right here, okay? You want to grab this shortcut and pull it down to your taskbar and just pin it in here somewhere. I like to put mine about right here. But you can grab it and you can grab it, okay? Let me show you. You can grab it and you can pull it over here if you want to, okay? Just drop it in. But you can move it anywhere you want in this taskbar once you've got it in there, okay? See that? Now, once you've got that in there, you can take this shortcut on your desktop, both of those shortcuts, your setup and your shortcut, and you can throw them both in your recycle bin or put them in a file somewhere, okay? Once you've got that, click the OpenIV in your taskbar, all right? I'm gonna show you guys how to set up your OpenIV. You want to click on Windows for Grand Theft Auto 5, okay? Now, we're gonna choose our pathway for the modding file that we want to mod for GTA 5, okay? So, Grand Theft Auto 5 location, we want to go to Browse. Just as we're finding our main directory like we did a while ago, the same thing, guys. You're going to go in this little side column right here. When this window pops up, you're going to go to this PC. You're going to scroll down and select the hard drive in which you installed your GTA 5. Same for Steam users, do the same thing, all right? Go ahead and click that. Epic users, you're going to be on Epic Games or Rockstar Games, and then Steam users, you will be in Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, and Grand Theft Auto 5. That will be your pathway. Steam Apps, Steam Library, Steam Apps, Common, and Grand Theft Auto 5, okay? So here's the pathway we want right here. We want to click on that one time. Once you see it in the folder right here, go ahead and click Select Folder. All right? Once you've got it, it will say successfully GTA5.exe version, yada, yada, yada. OpenIV can work with this file. If you got this, go ahead and click continue. If you didn't, back up and see what you did wrong. Okay, go ahead and click continue if you got it. Do not forget to back up your original files before editing. Of course, we know that. Click continue. It's now going to set up our OpenIV so that we can mod. Now, there's a few of the steps we're going to take, guys, before we get into any of this modding over on this side here. Okay, so just follow along. It's going to be a little bit of a lengthy tutorial, but I'm going to show you guys how to do this, okay? I've been getting a lot of questions about how I mod my GTA 5. Now, once you come to this one right here, guys, just click no thanks. And I'm going to go ahead and close my OpenIV up just a little bit here, as I don't like it spread out like that. Now, in your OpenIV, you can go ahead, if you want to be in edit mode at all times, go ahead and click Tools over here to the left. Click Options, go to the General tab, and click. And if your default work mode says Read Only, change that from Read Only to Edit, okay? And then click Close. Now, from now on, when you open up OpenIV, you will automatically be in edit mode. So here's what we want to do. We want to go ahead and before we do anything else, go back to your File Explorer, right-click, and open up your GTA 5 main directory. I'm going to show you guys something. See in here? All right. Let's go ahead and minimize our directory. Do not close it, just minimize it, okay? Now, in your OpenIV, you want to click Edit Mode, and you're going to get this blue banner right here once you do, okay? You want to click on the ASI Manager. All right? And then if this ASI loader is not installed, go ahead and install it. But it should be installed by default. But if it's not, go ahead and click Install, okay? On OpenIV.ASI, go ahead and click Install. And you want to make sure both boxes are checked, okay? Both boxes are checked and click Yes. Then you want to also install the Open Camera. Now, let's close this. You will now notice in the left column of your OpenIV, you now have a mods folder, okay, which is empty. And that is perfectly fine. That's perfectly okay. All right, because I'm going to show you guys how to do this. All right, so now what we want to do is we want to go ahead and just, let me close up a little bit more. We want to just go ahead and close out of our OpenIV. All right, open up your main directory again as you had it minimized, and you will notice you have no mods folder in here. But if you click the refresh button, you will now have a mods folder. If it does not put a mods folder after you refresh it, just go over here in this little buffer zone, right click, click new, and click folder, and just type in mods just the way you see it right here, okay? Now, once you have this mods folder, sorry about that, guys, you'll open it up. It will also be empty. That is perfectly okay. All right, let's go back. At this point, you should be in your main directory where your mods is, your scripts update times 64. All right, so here's what you want to do. You want to highlight the update folder in your main directory, hold down the control key, and highlight the times 64. Both update and times 64 folders should be highlighted right now. Once you got it, right click and click copy. Then go into your mods folder, okay, which is empty and it's fine. Go in here and left click and right click and click paste. This is now going to paste our update and times 64 folder into our mods folder, which is exactly what we want, okay? So as you guys can see, it's going to take a little bit. So once these files are done copying over, I will bring you all back into the video. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so once these are done copying, you can go ahead and click refresh. It's going to swap them around there. Now, let's go back to our main game directory, all right? Now, at this point, you should be in Epic Games GTA 5. Steam users, you should be in Steam Library, Steam Apps Common, Grand Theft Auto 5. That's where you should be at right now. So, if you'll now notice, we now have a mods folder, and it has our update and times 64 folder. That is great. That's exactly what we want, okay? So, what we're going to do now is we're going to install a few of our requirements, all right? First one is going to be our Heap Adjuster. So, let's open up our Heap Adjuster WinRAR. And you just want to grab the heapadjuster.asi. Now, let me say this. If you download the Heap Adjuster that has the ASI and the INI file, you only want the GTA 5 heapadjuster.asi file. That's the only one you need, okay? So grab the GTA 5 heapadjuster.asi, grab it, pull it into your main directory just like this, and drop it in, okay? And then refresh that, close out of this, and get rid of that shortcut. Next up is going to be our pack file limit adjuster. Let's open that up and highlight everything here. Hold down the control key and deselect the README. You do not need that. You need the two files, the configuration setting pack file limit adjuster and the pack file limit adjuster ASI. Grab both of those, pull them into your main directory, and drop them in, okay? Refresh it. All right, and then go ahead and close out of that WinRAR and get rid of that shortcut. Okay, next up is going to be our Gameconfig. So let's minimize our directory. Don't close it, just minimize it. Now, let's go back to our OpenIV and click on that. And again, you want Windows for Grand Theft Auto 5. That's the one you want, okay? Now, let's, we'll wait here a second. Once this fires up, it's going to bring you into your OpenIV. And again, if you change that in your tools, options, and edit mode, you should be in edit mode once you open up your OpenIV, okay? If you don't know how to do that, then you wasn't listening while ago. You need to back the video up and see where I showed you how to do that. All right, but you need to be in edit mode nonetheless. Now, in our OpenIV, okay, we need to follow this pathway. So we want to go to mods. We want to go to update. Okay, we want to go to update.rpf, common, and data. Now, I highly recommend doing this. Go up here to the top of your OpenIV where favorites is, click on favorites, click add to favorites, and click add. Because we will be using this a lot in these modding tutorials, okay? Now, in here, you want to scroll down, okay? And you will see your gameconfig.xml right here, okay? It should say compressed encrypted, all right? Go ahead and open up your Gameconfig WinRAR, not the one in the OpenIV, your WinRAR. Open it up. And you want to click on the GTA 5 config v274 version 102545. That's the folder you want. Open it up. Of course, you want to always click on for more mods. Click on that one. And we want stock traffic. Do not click anything else. If you do, your game's going to be overloaded with peds and traffic, okay? Click on the stock traffic, the one that says means GTA 5, GTA base, okay? Stock traffic. Double click that. Now, you want to take this game config and you want to pull it into your OpenIV right here, and you want to drop it. Now, when you do, you're going to see that gameconfig.xml change from compressed encrypted to just compressed. If it doesn't change, don't worry about it. It took it, okay? So go ahead and close out of that WinRAR and get rid of that shortcut. We are done with that. Now, next up is going to be our installation of our add-on Peds. So let's go over to our OpenIV, go to File, and click Close All the Archives, okay? And then we are just going to go ahead and we're going to minimize our OpenIV. Now, let's open up our main directories, okay? And open up your add-on Peds WinRAR. All right, now there's a few files in here. Do not let this scare you, okay, guys? Y'all see the README down here, right? We're going to get to that in just a minute. Right here where it says scripts, see the scripts folder? Open that up. Go into your main directory, okay, main directory, and open up the scripts folder, okay? If you do not have a scripts folder, which you should by now if you've been watching my videos, if you haven't, then go back and watch that video I linked, okay, to show you how to get a scripts folder. If you don't have one, go in the buffer zone, right click, click new, click folder, and simply name it scripts just like that. SRIPTS, all lowercase, okay? Open up that scripts folder. Grab the pedselector.dll from your WinRAR, pull it in your scripts folder, and drop it in, all right? And refresh that. Then go back to your main game directory, all right? And then close out of the WinRAR and... I'm sorry, don't get rid of the shortcut. Open it back up. Sorry about that, guys. Now, the DLC packs folder in your WinRAR, okay? You want to open that up. You're going to see an add-on Peds right here. If you open that, you will see the DLC.rpf. That's not what you want to install, okay? You want to go back and make sure you are on the add-on Peds folder, okay? Make sure you're on that part. Now, go into your main game directory, and you want to go to Mods, Update, Times 64, and DLC packs, okay? Now, you want to grab that add-on Peds from your WinRAR, and you want to pull it into your DLC packs just like this, and you want to simply drop it in, all right? Once you got it there, refresh it. When you drop things in, guys, this is what you want to do. Don't ever highlight anything. If you highlight something and you drop it, you're going to mess it up. Always bring it over into a nice little buffer zone, okay? Don't ever highlight anything, all right? So let's go back in our WinRAR, all right? And then in our main directory, let's go back to the main game directory, okay? So in the main game directory where you see your scripts folder, update, times 64, mods, that's where you should be at right now, okay? So in the WinRAR, we need 2 more files to put in our main directory. We're going to have to highlight the add-on Peds editor.exe, and then hold down your control key and highlight the add-on Peds vars.xml. Grab both of those files, pull them into your main game directory, and drop them in, okay? And then refresh your directory. See that add-on Peds editor right there, guys? We're going to be using that, okay? Now, let's go ahead and let's minimize our directory. Don't close it, just minimize it. Open up your OpenIV, okay? Remember the pathway I told you guys to save, okay? Go to your favorites and click data and update.rpf. This is the pathway we saved a while ago. If you didn't save it, you need to back the video up and go back because you weren't listening. You need to listen to what I say. And go back and save that pathway, okay? Because I'm not going to repeat the pathways over and over again. It's just no use in it if you can save it. So, down in here, in this pathway of OpenIV that we just went to, which should be in your favorites and data and update.rpf, or whatever you named it, we're going to be editing this DLC list.xml right here, okay? Don't open it. But we're going to be editing that, okay? Now, what we want to do is we want to go over here to our WinRAR, add-on Peds WinRAR, and open up that README, okay? It's going to bring you to this right here. You want to scroll down until you find this part right here where it says number 3, installation using mods folder method, okay? The only thing we need from here is this line right here. You want to highlight this line, okay? This one right here, and you want to right click and you want to click copy. All right, once you got it, close out of the README and then go over here in your OpenIV, highlight that DLC list.xml, right click, click edit, then scroll all the way down to the bottom. You want to put your cursor on the last item line, just the way you see mine. See that? I'm on the last item line. You want your cursor on the end of that last item line. All right, once you got it there, click enter on your keyboard one time. And then on your keyboard, you want to hit left control V. V is in Victor, left control V. That will paste that line that we just copied, okay? This right here tells the game what to load and how to load it, okay? So you need that line in there, all right, to make it work properly. Go ahead and click save. You are done with that. Now, if you open it back up and double click that DLC list.xml and scroll down, you will see your add-on peds right there, okay? So we've got that part done. We can go ahead and close out of our WinRAR. Let me close this up just a little bit. We can close out of this WinRAR and we can get rid of the shortcut as we are done with that. Now, installing the peds themselves, okay? So the first thing we want to do, let's go back into our OpenIV, go to File, and click Close All Archives. We need the pathway to put our peds in, okay? Now, the pathway for that, since we installed our add-on peds and our DLC packs, we're going to have it. So go over here to your OpenIV and go to Mods, go to Update, Time64, DLC packs, and then you want to click the folder that says add-on peds. Click on that, and then click DLC.rpf, and then you want the one that says peds.rpf. Again, you want to click favorites, click add to favorites, and click add. Now, you're going to have a couple of peds by default. You should have, I may not have because I've installed this before, but you're going to have Vito, Superman, Vito and Superman by default. Now, if these are not in your add-on peds, I will show you how to add them. They are very simple to do, okay? So, with that being said, let's go ahead and open up our main game directory, okay? Now, remember the add-on peds editor that we added right there? You want to highlight that and you want to right-click and click Run as Administrator, okay? Once you do, go ahead and click Yes for the prompt window. All right, it's going to open up this right here. All right, now as you can see, I already have Superman, Vito, and Mario installed, okay? I've already got them installed into my other add-on peds in my other file, okay? So here's what you want to do. All right? Because I don't want to. So here's what we're gonna do. Go ahead and let's just let's minimize our add-on peds editor. Don't close it, just minimize it, okay? And then open up that Super Mario Plumber Pack WinRAR and double-click on the folder. And in this one, we're gonna install Luigi, okay? Now remember, no matter which one you pick, they are all installed the exact same way, okay? So you can pick whichever one you want and follow along with me. It's gonna be the same exact installation, exact same steps. I'm gonna get Luigi this time, okay? I'm gonna put in Luigi, and you will see these 4 files, okay? All right, so open up your let's see what we need to do here. Open up your OpenIV. Let's open up our OpenIV right here. Okay, and right here in this pathway, you should be in Mods, Update, Time64, DLC Packs, Add-on Peds, DLC.rpf, and Peds.rpf, okay? If you didn't save this pathway to your favorites, you need to save it. You need to save this pathway, okay? You need to save it. Let me pull this up a little bit, and let me pull my OpenIV back up. Now, in this area, you want to go over to your WinRAR and highlight those files that you see, okay? And you want to grab these and pull them into your OpenIV and drop them in just like that, okay? Now, once you've got that, and you can go back and install more of these peds if you want to. I wouldn't recommend installing any more than 4 at a time. For me personally, after installing 4 peds, it tends to crash my game, okay? So I wouldn't install any more than 4 max, okay? So we can go ahead and close out our WinRAR if you're done with that and get rid of that shortcut, okay? Now, in our OpenIV, you want to find that name that you just installed, whether it's Luigi or whether it's Mario or Wario or Waluigi, whoever it is. You want to simply highlight their name, find their file right here in OpenIV, and click it once to highlight it. See that? And then you want to right-click and click Copy. Okay? Just click Copy on it, all right? Once you got it, open up that Add-on Peds editor. Remember, we had it minimized. You want to go in here, and you want to go up here to where it says Peds and click that little arrow pointing down and click New Ped. Right here where it says Model Name, click in there and hit Left Control V. V is in Victor to paste that name in there, okay? Then on ped type, you want to select, well, Luigi is a male, right? male. Now, let me explain is streamed. Is streamed, you're going to select false. Now, the reason we selected false is because the files for Luigi only came with files. They didn't come with a folder. Okay, and I'll explain that in a minute. Once you've got all this, you've got his name in there, male, is streamed should be set to false. Click add ped, and then go up here and click rebuild, okay? And then click OK. All right, so we now got these guys installed. All right, I'm going to install one more. I'm going to do Mario as well. So let's go ahead and let's just minimize our add-on peds editor again. Let me get that. Let me minimize this. Let me get that WinRAR back out. Let's pull it back out. Let me pull it back out here. Now I'm going to show you guys how to install Mario as well. Again, open up that pathway in your OpenIV. You should be in your favorites under peds.rpf. That's where we're at, okay? And this time we're going to do Mario, all right? And you just want to grab these Mario files right here, and you want to pull them into your OpenIV just like this, and you want to drop them in, okay? Same as before, guys, same as before. Now we can close out of this, and we can get rid of that shortcut. Again, go into your OpenIV, find that Mario file, the Mario_MTUS, and just click it once until it highlights like that. Then right-click and click copy, okay? And then go back to your add-on peds editor. And as you can see, I've already got it, okay? I've already got it. So here's what I'm going to do. You guys would click new ped, go to model name, and hit left control V to paste his name in there, okay? And then ped type is going to be male, streamed is false. It's only true if they come with a folder, okay? Add ped, okay? So I'm going to delete this ped. Don't do what I'm doing here, guys. Go ahead and click rebuild, okay? And then click OK, all right? So once you've got this, now I'm going to have an extra Mario where you guys will not have that. That's just because I have Mario in another file, okay? He's in a separate file. So once you've got that done, you can go ahead and close out of your add-on peds editor, okay? Now, the reason those files are set to false on is streamed is because they don't come with a folder. Now, if you look at the Vito Mafia file right here, see how he comes with a folder? His streamed would be set to true because he comes with a folder, okay? Just to explain that real quick. Now, once we got all that, let's go ahead and click File and click Close all the archives, okay? And then you can now close out of your OpenIV, go back to your main game directory and refresh it, close out. Now I'm going to take you guys in the game and show you exactly how to pull up your add-on peds and how they work. So I will see you all inside of GTA 5. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so once we're loaded into the game here, I'm going to spawn down to the airport. It might be a little better if we spawn down there. And if you guys want to know how I did that, about how I spawned like that, I just set a waypoint. Once I set my waypoint, I will hit the delete on my keyboard, and it will spawn me there. But you have to have Simple Trainer for that. And in that first video, I'll link, guys, I'll show you how to install that. So, with that being said, we want to do add-on peds. Now, the default key to pull up your add-on peds menu is going to be the L on your keyboard. So, L as in Lincoln. L. You want to hit the L. It's going to bring up this menu right here, okay? Now, if you click on add-on peds, you guys will not have two Marios. Like I said, I do because I have a Mario in my other file. But we want to spawn. Now, you can spawn Superman and Vito if you want to. If you guys do not have these in your add-on peds menu, go back and install them just the way I showed you how to install Luigi and Mario, okay? It's the same exact way. And I might take you back to the desktop and show you guys how to do that if you don't have them. But you should have them by default. Now, let's go ahead and pull up... now, keep in mind, guys, Mario and Luigi are rather small characters, but they're kind of broad. So you might want to zoom your camera out about like that, okay? So, again, hit the L. L's in Lincoln. Go to add-on peds. And then let's pull up Mario. So here's Mario right here. All right, there's Mario. And I will show you guys. I know a lot of you asked me how I did, how I had more than one ped in my game. I'm going to be doing a tutorial on that and show you guys how to do that as well. That's called add-on guards and character swap. That's a totally different tutorial, but I'll show you guys how to do that as well in another tutorial. So there is Mario. Now, if you go back up to Luigi and click on him, you will have Luigi. All right, if you go up to Vito, you will have Vito from the Vito Mafia, and of course, Superman. Now, if you guys watch my first tutorial and install the menu and stuff like that, when you get Superman, one of the cool things about having Superman is when you pull up your menu, you can go to player options, right? You can go to player options, and then you can go down to, scroll all the way down until you get to fly manual and fly auto. You want fly auto. If you click that, all right, it's going to look like that Superman is flying, and you have to control it with your mouse and your keyboard or your controller, whichever one you're using. And it looks like he is flying, okay? Now, if you exit out, like it says, press A for temporary brake. It will hold him in the air just like that. But on your keyboard, it's gonna be different, okay? But this is how you make Superman fly in the game right here. Now, if you let go of that key, all right, he will then begin flying again, and you now have a flying Superman. Now, let's get out of this mode right here. Go back to player options and just disable that fly auto, okay? And I explained how menu works in the other tutorial. And surprisingly enough, Superman needs a parachute. Alright, so hit the L again to pull up your add-on peds. Go to add-on peds. We're gonna go back to Mario. Now, the cool thing about having Mario is if you want to add a little bit of realism with your game and you have the Simple Trainer installed, which you should if you went back and watched my first video. If you pull that up and you go up to options and then go to super jump and enable that, when you jump with Mario, he's gonna have that Super Mario jump, right? So now he can't shoot fireballs or anything like that on here, unfortunately, but surprisingly enough, these characters, these add-on pets can drive cars, they can fly planes, they can even hold weapons, okay? They can even hold weapons. Let's do infinite parachutes. So we're gonna let's get a flamethrower fire extinguisher. That's pretty awesome. Let's go ahead and let's grab, see, where's the weapons at? What weapons? Okay, let me just go into my Simple Trainer and grab them like that. I know my Simple Trainer way better. So we're gonna give Mario a pistol, a backup pistol. We're also gonna give him an RPG and a grenade launcher, and I'm gonna go ahead and hand him a pump shotgun and assault shotgun. I think I added that. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and give him the Gussenberg, which most of you know as a Tommy gun. There's a Tommy gun, but they can hold weapons just like, you know, any other person, just like any other pet you have in the game. I'm trying to, how did I not get that guy? That's the question. But that is pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. Like I said, L is L as in Lincoln is the default key for your add-on peds right there. Now, if you want to spawn back to your regular characters, you can just go to your Simple Trainer, which you should have installed by now. Go to Simple Trainer, go to Model Spawning, and you can spawn either Michael, Franklin, or Trevor right there. So we'll spawn to Michael, or we can spawn Franklin, or we can spawn Trevor. Now, keep in mind, every time you spawn a character, well, he comes with their weapons, but when you go back to your add-on peds, and let's say we select Mario again, he's not going to have any weapons, so you might want to save your weapons. Alright guys, so I wanted to bring y'all back to the desktop real quick to show you how to actually get rid of your pets if you don't want them. What you want to do is you want to pull up your main game directory, okay? And then once you have that up, just go ahead and minimize it, and then pull up your OpenIV, go to Windows for Grand Theft Auto 5, and you want to go into that Favorites tab and go to your peds.rpf, okay? Now, let's just say, because I'm going to go ahead and get rid of Luigi and Mario in here, so I'm going to show you guys how to delete those. So you want to select, we're going to highlight the Mario MTUSYTD, and also highlight the Luigi. I'm going to get rid of 2 characters here, okay? Just watch as I do it. Now, hold down your control key to select multiple files, okay? So as I'm selecting these, I'm holding down the control key, and you want to do this very carefully, one step at a time, not too fast. All right, just like that. Just make sure you delete all so if you want to delete Mario, just make sure you delete all the Mario files. If you want to delete Luigi, make sure you delete the Luigi files. If you want to get rid of the original pads, you can. Vito and Superman, same exact way. So once you have the files highlighted that you want to get rid of, make sure you double check them, make sure that they're the only ones highlighted, all right? You want to go ahead and you can right click and delete, and make sure you're in edit mode, guys. Or let me double check here to make sure that I have them all highlighted correctly. All right, so we got them all highlighted. I'm going to click delete. It's going to ask you if you want to delete the items. Click yes, and they are now gone. Now, the next step you need to do, all right, to get rid of these peds is go into your main game directory, go to the Add-on Peds editor, right click, and click run as administrator, and click yes when the prompt comes up. All right, once your Add-on Peds editor comes up, this is how you would do it. So you're going to go to Mario. Now, you can't select multiple. Well, actually, you can. Okay, so you can select. So we're going to select the Mario, and we're going to hold down the control key and select the Luigi, okay? We're going to go up here to Peds and click that little drop-down arrow and click Delete Ped, all right? And you would click Yes right here, all right? Once you've got that, click Rebuild. Always click Rebuild when you either add a ped or delete a ped, okay? That is pretty much it. Like I said, this model right here is from my other file. And then once you're done, you can just close out. But now I did want to show you guys this as well. Let me minimize that and let me minimize this. Now, if for some reason, okay, if for some reason you open up your add-on peds editor, and you do not see the Superman and Vito in here, this is simply how you would add them, okay? So the way you would add these, let me pull this over here and let me pull this over here, is you would add them just the way that we added Mario and Luigi. So if you don't see them in here, for example, Vito, I do want to point that one out. Vito is a streamed ped, okay? So you would just highlight his name like this, right click and copy. You would go over here to Peds, click on Peds, click New Ped. On his model name, click left Control V, and then ped type is male, and then is streamed, because Vito comes with a folder right there, okay? A folder. You would put is streamed is true, and you would add him, okay? That's if he's not in your add-on peds editor, okay? This is only if he's not, okay? So that's how you would add him in there. Same thing with Superman, except Superman would be streamed as false and not true, okay? And remember, every time you add or delete a ped in this add-on peds editor, always click rebuild, okay? Always do this. So let me close out of this, close out of that. But that is pretty much it for this tutorial, guys. I'm going to put Mario over here in this plane. That is it, guys. Subscribe if you're new. Smash that like button for me. Click that bell and click also so you know exactly when I post new content and when I go live. Let's get more. I want to see Mario fly this plane. I really want to see it. Look, you can't even see him in there, bro. You can't even really. So let's go into first person. Is he doing that little thing? Now, keep in mind with Mario, like characters like add-on peds, sometimes if you put them on stuff like motorcycles, four-wheelers, they will act a little janky. So just kind of keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and take it up on the ground. As you can see, Mario's trying to come out of the side of the, he's trying to, it's just really weird. These peds, see that right there, guys, how he's coming out of the side. But we are going to, we're going to drop down here. Let's take the vehicle out of God mode so we can, there it goes. But with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate everything you guys do. Thank you all so much again for the 26,000 subscribers that we have hit on the YouTube channel here. We're on the road to 27,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it, guys. With that being said, until next time, stay safe, stay awesome, and be humble. I will see you all in the next video.